What's up, guys? This is Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm here today at BMW of Wesley Chapel. Phil and Tomas has given us the 2022 BMW 8 Series 840i in the Alpina white, the fastback styling for a sedan, given the coupe dynamics, but a practical four-door BMW, giving more interior space for adults, more cargo space. Performance back in this 840i is a 3.0-liter BMW twin-power turbo inline six-cylinder with 335 horsepower, 368 pound-feet of torque, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, and that's good for a 0 to 60 at 4.9 seconds. A top speed around 130 miles per hour. We have the M Sport package. We have the Comfort package, the Driver Assist package. We have every bell and whistle you need to keep this vehicle under six figures, getting a 22 to 29 MPGs. But is this the trim level that you're looking for? The inline six powerful enough for you? We're going to go over all the specs and details, starting now. BMW iconic kidney grille always sets the tone for performance. Chrome surrounding, the inserts with chrome. It's an active shutter grille, so you just have that aggressive look with the hood lines that flow for your aerodynamics, giving a nice width stand at 76.1 inches. A lower splitter down here to help out downforce and dynamics, and you still have a 4.8 inch of ground clearance, and you don't have to worry about going over speed bumps when you're picking up your groceries. I like the iconic LED projected beams. They're directional, adaptive auto leveling with laser, and they flow right into the fenders. It just gives a nice element. The height of 55.2 inches, keeping that low roof line. The windscreen, how it's proportioned, just gives a nice setup to the fastback design. Because we have the M Sport package, 20-inch M wheels are going to be set on the vehicle. They're a 5 double spoke with the high gloss black polish. You'll have your M Sport brakes, your M Sport differential, M aerodynamic kits, dynamic damper control, double wishbone multi-link front suspension. You're going to have that Integral V multi-link rear suspension, and just the tone that the vehicle sets. You get the Shadowline exterior trim. Vehicle is about 200.2 inches, so it is longer than the two-door, but the wheelbase being 119 inches definitely helps for adults and for that practical use, and you still get that fastback or the slope roof design, so it does set luxury style sports car. Everything with the high gloss black polish, even on the lower side mirror trim. I like the non-functional vent because it gives a good aesthetic look, and you do have functional air curtains that go over the front wheels with your integrated LED brake lights. I like the lip spoiler, how it brushes off and pushes in, giving the dynamics of a true luxury sports car. The 840i badging going down. You'll have your diffuser, and it's not a gloss black, which I do like that. It's more of a gray with a metallic look, very aggressive chrome around your dual exhaust outlets, and I like the side gills with the reflectors because the proportion layout just scream that this is a performance-driven vehicle. Going inside to your cargo, it is a power tailgate at 15.5 cubic feet. We're set with a 360-degree camera, front and rear parking sensors. The seats fold at a 40-20-40. Let's get inside this thing and hear that exhaust note. The fastback design carries over on all four corners. The proportions of the 840i just scream that dynamic style, the luxury sports car, true iconic heritage, and it's a four-door practical car. Is this the best value under six figures? Is the optional V8 model really worth that six-figure price tag that's going to get you maybe a second-ish quicker than this? Is this something that you could sit in your driveway or garage and still take it and have your performance, take it to get your groceries and all those things? You will get your safety amenities with your active guard, lane departure warning, frontal collision, adaptive city collision mitigation braking, blind spot detection, auto high beams. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2022 BMW 8 Series 840i as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside this BMW 8 Series 840i, you're going to get 39.1 inches of headroom, 42.1 inches of legroom, extended merino leather front bucket seats, ventilated, heated, 16-way power adjustments include lumbar support and memory for the front occupants, heated armrest, multi-function, 3-spoke leather wrap M steering wheel. I like the performance style. You got the paddle shifters. Looking at the performance gauge cluster, it's a live cockpit, professional, easy to read. Everything's laid out relatively easy. And you got your heads-up display, leather wrap dashboard with the contrast stitching, upgraded Bauer & Wilkins. The center focal point of the vehicle is your 10.25 touchscreen. This has your navigation and your gesture. So you have your pinch and you have your swipe. This has your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, 16 speakers, 4-zone climate control. So everybody can control the way they like their air to be flowed on them. Very clean, dynamic styling. Now there is one thing that I have to point out. You have the cup holders here. You can fit maybe a 20 ounce. This is a 16.9 ounce water bottle. You do have a wireless charging pad. However, if you have cups or something, look how easy it is to put it in. You do have a USB, a 12 volt, and I like the center cluster with the gear lever in your iDrive. Everything just fits and configures really good, opening up in here to another USB and 12 volt and some more storage. For the elbows, it's soft on both sides. These seats, you can also bolster them so it feels more sport derived. For the door panel, speakers everywhere. One touch up and down. I like the metal look and the contrast stitching. This red really sets it apart, giving a sporty flair. You can fit at least 2 to 3 16.9 ounce water bottles. And I like the fact that we do have an Alcantara headliner, and this is under 6 figures with a dual moonroof. Check out the back seats. For the back seat, 36.6 inches of headroom, 37 inches of legroom. Because it's a slope rear back design, you may lose about half an inch to an inch, but realistically, that wheelbase makes it feel like I'm in the front seat, especially with this center console, and you could still fit 3 people, which I'm going to try to see. You do have 2 cup holders here. You can fit about a 20 ounce. This is a 16.9 ounce water bottle. Open up in here to some more storage, dual climate control in the rear, heated rear seats, 2 USB-C ports. The nice thing about it is you still have a little storage area here that you can put your phone. Storage behind both of the front seats, door panel, and elbows, soft on both sides. I like the metal for the Bauer & Wilkins sound system, one touch up and down, and you have your power shades to put for the back and for your side windows, so it's just ever so luxury back here. Let's see how I look in the center. Alright guys, the verdict is my head is completely against the headliner. My legs are touching the back of the front seats in the position that I would be sitting. I do have enough width for shoulder space and for leg space, even though I'm sharing my legs with 2 occupants. It's just weird because these air vents are literally pointed directly at my face or my leg area, and it just feels a little abnormal. You can fit 3 people. Let's just keep 4 in this sport luxury sedan. And by doing that, you're going to get a presidential status in the rear. Just close these sunshades up, relax, and enjoy the ride. Going over your tech, hit the home button so we can see all the apps we have. Hit your car app. You can go through your dynamics in here. You can go to your carrying car, which will change the experience in the vehicle as well. Click back again. Click back into the car. You can go to your vehicle status. This will tell you all the information about the vehicle, what's going on. Go down to your apps. You can move this over, slide this down so you can see everything that we have. You can do your M lap timer, which will take you into where you can start your recording for your track racing in the vehicle. You can go into your driver recorder, and this is basically your dash cam. You would just acknowledge that, and you could set everything up. The nice thing about this is everything would be integrated here, and then you can just download it so that way you can give it, God forbid, for an accident. Go into your driving modes. If you click onto your Eco, you can also configure this to get it as more performance driven for the economy as possible, which is a really nice little aspect. You can do that also for your sport mode. You can put it as individual. You can configure it to make it as sport derived as you want for the damper, steering, engine, transmission, so forth and so on. Taking the 2022 BMW 8 Series 840i with the M Sport package, comfort package, advanced driver packages. So we have all the safety capabilities. This is a hair under 6 figures. The sticker on this is right around 92,000 and some change. The thing that I like about it though is, honestly speaking, if you were to opt for this vehicle, you might want to get some of these extra features because it does set the car off for the presentation. Almost 370 pound-feet of torque. Has nothing to do with the M Sport package, just saying the specs of the vehicle. But the way it sits looks very aggressive, and because this is not like full M, you're going to get a little bit more of a comfort ride. So going over speed bumps, as you saw, almost 5 inches of ground clearance. You don't really have to worry about anything like that. 4 doors, so you have plenty of room. You can fit 5 adults my size. Visibility in the vehicle, you do have your blind spot sensors. However, you can see pretty much all the way to the rear if need be, but I would say pretty much to the back seats. Cargo is going to be where you're going to be using that blind spot monitoring. We are going to change the dynamics of the vehicle to put it into Sport Plus, to change it into manual on this 8-speed automatic transmission. Try to get it as straight as possible and give it some gas. Oh yeah. This is what BMW is known for. This is why it's the ultimate driving machine. I mean, even if you don't get an M, you're still gonna get some of the throaty exhaust note. You're still gonna get that performance. It's still gonna be super quiet, luxurious, something that you can drive as an everyday vehicle. And I mean, it's not track worthy, obviously, but if you want to, you can do it. Why not? Everybody does it. Now, the gesture swipe on the navigation, if you're looking on the other screen, it goes crazy because I use my hands. I don't necessarily like it in the coupes or the cars. On the SUVs, it seems to be a little bit better, but with the cars, anytime I'm moving my hand, it is activating. Also, the heads-up display, because I'm wearing polarized glasses, you're not going to be able to see it 100%. However, BMW does a pretty good job because I can actually see the speed limit and I can see how fast I'm going. This is a bit of a long vehicle, over 200 inches. We're going to try to do a U-turn here as almost a stop. And surprisingly, you're getting about almost 2 lanes, giving it some gas, and it's ready to rock and roll. Planted on the ground, you feel it. I mean, is it good enough? I've driven the M8s, and I think that is the best BMW, hands down, especially the convertible. I would do that over the coupe because, honestly speaking, most people are not going to take it to the track, and it's like 0.1 second difference. But for what you're getting with this, you know, it's actually really good. I mean, it kicks you back 0 to 60s. It's not really slow. I like the fact that you got the long hood. You do feel like you're in a longer car. It feels super wide, so it's a little bit more aggressive in the stance and the profile. So in the interior, you're gonna feel that. It doesn't feel heavy when you push the throttle. It does feel like, I guess if you put it in like an eco mode, you're going to feel more of the weight in the vehicle. But if you leave it in a sports or sports plus, it basically goes at the speed that it needs to do. The brakes, these are M Sport brakes. You can stop on a dime. And just to show you the dynamics, I mean, if you need to give it a little gas, like look at it. It stays planted. You're not going crazy speed, but you're gonna get that excitement out of the BMW. So this is, you know, some aspects and some good qualities. Is the V8 better? I mean, obviously more power is always a good thing in some categories. With this vehicle, I think it's efficient. The inline 6 does a good job. Now there is 3 things that I like and 3 things that I dislike about the vehicle, because anything more than that, I would own it. So one thing that I dislike, when I was doing my review, I was pushing on these areas here and they just feel very inexpensive. For the price point, this is in the $90,000 price point, almost 6 figures. I don't want to feel like it's not high-end material, so I don't like that very much. The second thing I don't like is the seat setting. For some reason, I just can't feel my happy medium. I've been playing with it all day and I haven't been able to find it. I set it all the way down, I feel too low. Sit it up, I feel too high. So it might be just a problem for somebody that's tall. The seats are very plush and comfortable. It's just something that is irritating to me. The last thing is the infotainment screen. Because the gesture swipe, I use my hands all the time in the review, as you see, and it really likes to activate like crazy. So I don't like that, but that's just something that I'm really nitpicking. Three things that I like about the vehicle: the performance that you're getting out of this engine, that's pretty good stuff. And BMW does an excellent job with giving a small engine and giving so much performance underneath the pedal. The second thing that I like is you're getting that throaty exhaust note out of an inline turbocharged 6-cylinder. That is really good. And the last thing that I like is the fact that this vehicle doesn't feel like a four-door car. It actually feels like a sports car. So they are going in the right direction. That fastback look really does change the perception in the drive of the vehicle. And just to give you a quick little idea, we're gonna do this little roundabout, give it a little bit of throttle, and you can see it gets a little agile, but it holds to the road. And that's the dynamics in which you get out of BMW, and that's what I also like. So if I want to give it full throttle, to give it some gas, open it up, it's ready to rock and roll. I mean, literally, the thing will go. And you get that nice spit out of the exhaust. So when people are saying, oh, you need a V8, don't do the inline six, you gotta do the V8. No, it's not something that's 100% necessary in the BMW. And as you drive it as a comfort, it's gonna hit more like a 2.5 RPM. It does feel a little bit more heavy, I will say, in a comfort mode. So you may want to drive it more in higher RPM, or you're going to have a heavier foot. Because if you just push the pedal lightly, it doesn't seem to go as well as it does when you put it into Sport Plus. Now when I push the pedal, I'm pushing it the same way, and it doesn't feel heavy at all. It feels super aggressive, actually. So I do like that. And the safety features that you get are things that blow me away, because if I am moving a little bit in the lanes, the vehicle will put me back in the lane. These features are amazing. We're gonna take this back to BMW of Wesley Chapel, go over the reverse camera, and wrap this review up. Switching to reverse, you do have full trajectories, 360-degree camera, sensors all over the vehicle. You can also click on the points if you like, so you can see it. And the nice thing about it is you can see the 3D view. The only disadvantage is, as you're seeing, you can't really do anything here. You have to click it on the points over here. So it's not as intuitive as the Mercedes-Benz or the Audi line. However, the nice thing is you do have the car wash feature, which they do not have, and it will show you, so it's easier to line up so you don't hit anything. Or you can just click this back, go back into your parking. You do have your park assist and your automatic parking as well, which will pretty much park for you. All you have to do is apply the brake. I'd like to thank Phil and Tomas here at BMW of Wesley Chapel for giving us this 2022 BMW 8 Series 840i for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click that subscribe button. Check out the details, the merchandise, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rocks.